Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is go time. And it's the king, Amir King, Arturo Thunder.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red,
not too many seats. And there's the bell for round 1. That jab scores. Digging into the rib cage now. He threw a punch and just got countered. It's bombs away. We've seen this fighter in the past go 12 rounds and not have a mark on their face. That's what happens when you stick and move. You hit and you don't get hit.
Outside fights create so much unpredictable movement. Move left to right, box forward, box backwards. You don't know if they're going to attack or defend. Nightmare fighters.
Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Beautiful counter punch. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. Here he is bouncing on his toes, trying to get some energy. And that jab just missed with the left hand. That counter punch caught him clean. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. That was... Here we go for round 2. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in time.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. They exchange punches. Throws the jab, it doesn't score. A perfect counter shot. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Swinging and miss with the left uppercut. Can Arturo Gatti survive this storm? Didn't wait long to get back in and get engaged.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely done. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed back on it. Like it never happened.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that. Let's get it started in round 3. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
both going for the KO. It's so up. Hold that thought. And this fight is over. I don't know. I got to take another look at that.
That's lights out right there.
It happened. You saw it here live. Good evening. We are live from one of the world's most beautiful arenas. This is Falcor Bay. Next to me, it's Dimitri Bivol. Here comes the man that beat down Canelo in Las Vegas, the fighter of the year in 2022. It's the light heavyweight champ. Watch out for that long, stiff jab. Here comes Dimitri Bivol.
This bout is scheduled.
Well, I hope you brought your son. After months of uncertainty, we finally have a fight. And he scores with the counter. That uppercut misses. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Punch. Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. They both want a knockout, you can tell. Punch, counter punch. Considering we're outside in the sold-out arena, it almost feels like the Roman Coliseum and two gladiators going at it.
This is taking boxing back to its roots. Outside, where you've got the crowd there, you can hear everything. You've got the breeze of the wind. You've got the heat of the sun. You know when you're doing this? Your feet are on fire. They're on fire in the ring.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. When are we going to see a jab from these two? And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Well done with that counter shot. What a punch. They exchanged punches. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Seemed like eternity for them. There's the bell for round two. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Beautiful counter punch. Catch and shoot. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Nice counter shot. Good counter punching. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, so I got to...
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? Ooh, what a shot! Dimitri Bivol in some serious trouble here. They've avoided catastrophe there.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once, they know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Nice counter. That counter shot lands. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. You know that bell was sweet music. Let's get it started in round 3. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then, put the pressure on.
This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. The counter lands. The straight right just misses. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Let's watch that again and replay from a different angle.
I need to see that again.
Did you see that? Oh, Bivol now stumbling and bumbling. Is he going to go down? And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
3 days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Nice counter shot. Caution is being thrown to the wind. He threw a punch and just got the final 10 seconds here, and the corner is going to have their work cut out for them. Let's see how the corner handles their fighter here after being back at it in round 4. Gotta be feeling confident heading into this round after knocking their opponent down twice.
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs would feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
How about that time counter shot? A perfect counter shot. Careful for that receipt. It's always coming. There's a counter shot. That counter punch caught him clean. Swing and a miss with that jab. Both men step back for just a moment. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges. Can't land that jab.
offense all the time. He wanted action, and they are delivering. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. That bell could not have come. And there's the bell for round 5. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to...
Hold on, gotta cut you off here, Johnny. We've never seen B-Ball hurt quite like this. What's going to happen? Keeping those gloves up, the guard high, paying dividends as it seems that moment of trouble has passed. And you can see here his face basically melts into his glove, and down he goes.
Shot from the gods, they say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, they're back up, Johnny, but now what do they do to get back into this fight? He's up, but for how long? Look at her. On the heels. Look at it's not there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. He just takes one more clear shot. A clean one. And he's out of there.
Beautiful counter shot. Halfway through the round, and they've got some work to do to get back into it.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. So much firepower here. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want... Final 10 seconds here, and I think he knows who's won this round. And battered. Let's start the 6th. It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Nice counter punch. How about that time counter shot? You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics sometimes just so to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Believe what we're seeing. A very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Just missed with that jab. There's a counter shot. Beautiful counter shot. Unlucky to miss with that jab. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. A straight right just misses. The perfect counter lands. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Pretty dominant round there. Round 7, here we go. after a really strong round. Let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
They exchange punches. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
This can be so frustrating when you're in this.
Dimitri Bivol goes down. Imagine seeing this punch coming and not being able to do anything about it.
I've got to see that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
Well, now it's about...
Oh, my word, it happened. Dimitri Bivol is on the canvas, and he dropped him. The perfect sniper shot. Let's watch it again one more time.
A shot from the gods took him out.
1, 2, 3, 4. Give me your blood.
Showing a lot of heart to beat the count there.
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put in round ones. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then try and do it again. He's just not got to get trigger happy.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Just misses with that uppercut. Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. A lot of work needs to be done in this. And there's the bell for round 8. They barely survived the last round after 2 knockdowns. Let's see what happens here.
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scene. It looked great live. How will it look again on slow motion replay?
Where did that come from?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Listen to me. Are you okay?
How about that will to win and refusal to stay down as this fight continues?
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your ego's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
Pretty good start the first half of this round.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
Could see it in their eyes. They saw that punch coming, and there was nothing they could do. So it's onward and upward after a knockout win here.
A knockout victory. That is Todd. Did you see the shot? That's not a knockout. That's an... Welcome to what many consider to be the new home for boxing.
Diego Corrales, one of the most...
This bout,
one of the hottest... What a fight we expect this one to be. Both of these athletes primed and ready. He's dropped the guard now. What do you think of that decision? They've got to use their jab better in this fight. Beautiful counter shot. That counter punch caught him clean. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? A perfect counter shot. They exchange punches. Perhaps the hottest ticket in town for this fight tonight.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Good idea, but misses with the left hook. Blocked. Good counter punching. He threw a punch and just got countered. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talking about Diego Corrales that lap. Here we go, round two. Who's going to land the first big shot? So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight, not yet, not until your senses have come back.
Punch. Johnny, you would know this better than me, but I would hate fighting someone with this swarmer style. They don't let you breathe. They don't let you get off the ropes. You can't get your offense off. You just got to deal with it.
You've got to be fit to fight a fighter like this because they will stay in your face. They will throw punches at you. They don't even let you breathe. You've got to be fit. If you're not fit, the fight's over.
Just missed with that jab. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Both men step back for just a moment. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. That hook doesn't score. Very close. Hold it right there. Corrales in some real trouble now. Diego Corrales. On to the third. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. hook misses. Those counter punches have to hurt. The stamina is off the charts. The perfect counter lands. Catch and shoot. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Well done with that counter shot. He misses with that jab. What a punch. How about that time counter shot? Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Punch, counter punch. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Diego. There's the bell for round 4. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
There's a counter shot. Straight right just misses. Didn't land. This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a terror. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Diego Corrales that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round. There's the bell to start round 5. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Can't score with that hook again. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. The straight right just misses. Blistering hand speed from both of these outstanding lightweights.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you quit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, and you've got to be confident.
He missed with that jab. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That counter shot lands. That hook won't score. Nice stop, but that won't score. It's nothing but air on that left uppercut. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Let's talk about Diego Corrales that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
Dominance, without a doubt, looks...
There's the bell for round 6. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas, over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
Corrales, and down goes Diego Corrales. When you get hit with a body shot like this, there's nothing you can do. Watch it again in slow motion.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come to me.
Well, they're back up, Johnny, but now what do they do to get back into this fight?
Todd, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up on the stool again? That was a shot.
Looks like he's leading halfway through this round.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Nice counter shot. Failing to score with that right hook. 10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. Let's talk about Diego Corrales that last round. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knockdown. Here comes round 7. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Beautiful counter punch. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Nice counter shot. Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have the quick burst. Boom! In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork.
Oh, my goodness. I want to see that one more time.
You're right, Todd. What a shot!
6, 7. You are ready.
Well, they're back up now, but they've got to be cautious. Cannot afford to trade back now, can they, Johnny?
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
And look at that shot to the head, and there's no way they were going to stand up to that one.
Even I.
1, 2, 3, 4. Simply.
Let's talk about Robinson in that. And there's the bell to start round 8. They've got to be feeling confident now after what happened last round.
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. The only fear you have with this fighter is has he punched himself out. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Corrales is stumbling and bumbling. And going to the canvas is Corrales. A good body shot will paralyze you, and as you can see here, that's exactly what happened.
I've got to see that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can you continue?
Well, they're back on their feet right now, Johnny. Do they go toe for toe, or do they play defense here?
Let them look at his corner, look for the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner, somehow get to the end of the round.
It's a good start to the round for this guy.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T, play the plan out to a T. If they can...
And as we take another look, it's this punch right here that sealed the deal.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are you okay?
Final 10 seconds here, and the corner better get warmed up. They've got some work to do. What a dominant performance, and it shows up on the judges' scorecards as a unanimous decision victory.
This is the last thing we expect.
What they say now. I like to welcome everybody out to the samurai. Indeed. Here we go, one side. Really need. Very beautifully, very alliterated. A little battle raps for you. Little battle rap. Yes. Really need. What you got? Very beautifully alliterated. A little battle raps for you. So alive. So come on through. Big eyes looking like skies and binoculars tonight.
All right. Let's do it.
that? What are you doing? Come on, you're switching off. You getting soft on me? Hey, the fight's not over yet.
Stand by.
Better than that. Let's get out there, get your boxing back together.
Let's fight.
Okay, focus, focus. Big, deep breath. Big, deep breath.
Let's go.
Kid, what are you doing? Come on, switch on. Switch. Do your business. Listen, you've switched off. What are you doing? Don't worry about that round. Don't worry about it. Now you're switching on. I need you to focus on what you're doing.
Let's go.
this fight? Right. You've been coasting this fight, and now you're gonna let...
Let's do it.
One, two, three, four, five. Give me your glove.
Fight on by the grill, I'm like I'm Jordz. Always tryna fight on by the... Always tryna fight on by the grill, I'm like I'm Jordz. I'm coming for that dough, soon as I walk, they making noise. I'm walking through my city, they like boom, by 3-0. Knock them out in 60 seconds like I'm using cheat codes. I just want that money like I'm money made. I might pop my jack, then uppercut, then he up on my way. With my belt, discount double check, undisputed champ. I'ma walk inside your gym and take over, I'm new to camp. Yeah, I'm new to camp. Sitting ringside with my dog, I'm what coach flick. Underdogs coming out on top, got her so sick. 1, 2, 3, I think it's over.
All right, I went over the rules. I want you to protect yourself at all times, and what I say you must obey. Good luck. And box.
Jab, then look for your power shot.
Come on, do you want to win this fight? Get your mind back, get your focus back.
Do your business.
Look at me. Look at me. You are catching that finger jab. Jab's working. Beautiful. Beautiful. I like it.
Now you're switching off. Come on, you're switching off. Have you got complacent? This fight's not over yet. You gotta go back out there and win this round. You had everything in the bag.
Yes, I like that round. Good round. You feel good? Good man, good man. Just same again.
Let's fight.
Camera's mistakes make sense. Make it pay.
Who could forget when Tyson Fury fought Francis Ngannou right here at the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia? Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work with you. Always a pleasure.
Time for our tale of the Ebony the Blonde Bomber Bridges, fighting from down under. In New South Wales, Australia, she won the IBF Bantamweight title in March of 2022. Belt.
This bout is scheduled.
What a pleasure to be in this. These athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. The straight right just misses. Just misses with that uppercut. The straight right just misses. She got clipped by that counter. How about that time counter shot? I know boxing fans around the world feel like Christmas morning with these two finally in the ring.
Did you see the nerves of the fighter stepping into the ring, Tom? It can tell you so much about a fighter. And the look in the opposite corner. You've got one fighter that is in heaven. This is where they want to be.
Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Beautiful counter punch. That left hook misses. Nice defense on that jab. Punch, counter punch. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Bridges in that last round. Well, things certainly aren't going her way. She's been on the back foot. She's got to turn. And there's the bell to start round two. After that last round, something has got to change.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. He wasn't ready for that counter. Ronda Rousey once told me when she gets into a fight, her mentality was minimum effort, maximum efficiency.
Terrorize them into not wanting to throw a punch because they don't even see the shot leaving.
They have no respect for each other's punching power. Nice counter. Can they figure out the combination to this sink?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
They exchange punches. The straight right just misses. That jab just missed with the left hand. That one will count. The straight right just misses. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. talk about bridges in that last round. Well, this fight is not going to plan for her. She's got to figure something out. Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. A perfect counter lands. They better start respecting each other's punching power. There's a counter shot. He scores with that counter. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. A perfect counter shot. Throws the jab, but does not score. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Brick. On to the 4th we go. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope. You've got to hope they run out of steam.
They both want a highlight reel knockout. Big hook doesn't land. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
You believe what we are seeing. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Defense with that left jab. Good defense on that left hook. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about bridges. And there's the bell for round 5. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've gone in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That counter shot lands. We wanted action, and they are delivering. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
That uppercut's blocked. Ebony Bridges on her back foot. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because...
Oh my God, Johnny! And Ebony Bridges is rocked. Bridges down to the canvas. And as you can see here, a picture-perfect punch did the trick.
Where?
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and you're okay.
Let's talk about Bridges in that last round. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knockdown. Let's start the 6. Well, Johnny, you don't have to be Sherlock Holmes to figure this one out. She has got to bounce back in this round after that knockdown. No doubt about it.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They've staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Good counter shot by her. This is with the jab. Well done with that counter shot. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Nice counter shot by her. You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing them down. Catch and shoot. Missing with the left uppercut. Good counter punch. She needs to be careful that she doesn't punch herself out. Miss with that jab. Those counter punches have to hurt. Nice counter shot. Let's talk about Bridges in that last round. We'll see how much endurance these... Round 7, here we go. Not sure these two fighters can keep up the pace we saw last round, but you know they're going to try.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Good counter punching. Nice counter shot. Counter shot. Couldn't land that jab. think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one up.
I wouldn't be surprised if they stop this fight considering the swelling and the bruising. This fight will continue. Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about bridges in that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to... Round 8, and we're off again. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Nice counter punch. That hook doesn't score. Well done with that counter shot. She got clipped by that counter. That jab gets blocked. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Just missed with that jab. A perfect counter shot. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Nice counter punch right up the middle. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Swing and a miss with that. Hold that thought! Ebony Bridges on wobbly legs. Terry Harper just got rocked.